let's talk about Bert Kreischer and Crack Amico real quick.
Hold on one second.
I just listened to this morning.
This is we talked about trolls last week, and like that sketch that was made about channels like Too Lazy to Try and Beige Frequency and I guess us. But what I do try to remember is that like a lot of the trolling is I do think there's a fine line in it, like, and I don't think we cross it that often, where like a lot of the crazy hate I don't think we get into. And that's why this was nice to see. So Crack Amico made a diss track. It dissed one of his homies with a song about, I think it's titled Two Bears, One Grave, about Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. And did we play this at the time, Craig, when Legion of Skanks called him and played it for him? And he was like Michael Scott at his roast, where he's like, boy, really went after my weight there. I don't know. Bert was hurt by it. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not, but Bert was hurt by it, but he handled it very well. And I think that's what led to Crack Amico extending this olive branch.
But the here we go.
It's true. I've said some unsavory things in the past about friend of the Crack House, Bert Kreischer. But today I'm not doing a bit. You're not going to be getting the Crack Amico that you have grown so accustomed to, the demon who feeds off of hates and negativity. That person is dead and gone. I'm here with you today, the man behind Crack Amico, real name, Crackery J Amico. Now I know, here it is, the list why Bert is better than Crack. Let's run through the reasons. Quick time. Bert has a bigger dick. He'd beat my ass because he's stronger. He has more hard-earned money than me and my ancestors combined. He has way more black fans. He's smarter than me. He's taller than me. He's more positive and more friendly. He went to college. He's a better storyteller and broadcaster. He's funnier than me. He can cook better. He's been on Rogan at least 50 times. I've been on zero. He has a movie. He has cool hats, and he's never attacked anybody.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm going to send Bert Kreischer an Instagram message. And if Bert ends up seeing this, don't take it the wrong way that I'm doing this on my stream. I said, hey, Bert, you may know me as the rapper who said some honestly untrue and mean things about you. I've been thinking, and I really just wanted to apologize man to man. I feel bad, and I never really expected you to hear the song. Even when you did hear it, you played it very funny and took it well. I can't say I would have done the same. Big J was right. I am a fan. I just got caught up in the hating game. If the offer still stands, I'd love to make a pro Bert song and join you on the Fully Loaded tour. I'm being and just want to have fun and prove I'm sorry. Either way, I apologize and thank you for all the laughter you've given me. What do you guys think? And if you don't have anything helpful to say, please. This is serious.
He's a fag.
Oh, that was wrong button.
I'm sure. First of all, I think it's clear Crack Amico is having fun with that, but also I'm sure there's people that are like, "You're gay." They follow the Tony Soprano thinking, where they're like, "Fuck you, Crack. We thought you were one of us." I do like when there's a little lightheartedness in all of this, because like at the end of the day, this is what I say about Brendan Schaub and Tom Myers and like a lot of the people that we cover is like, at the end of the day, I'm wearing a fucking thick boy. Like, you can't say I'm not a Brendan Schaub fan because I enjoy what he does so much. You know what I mean? I don't enjoy what he thinks he's good at necessarily. Like what Tom Myers thinks he's great at is not my favorite thing about Tom Myers. But I am enthralled by the content they put out.
Well, it's like the first guy who ever invented the pratfall. He probably was embarrassed.
That's exactly right, David. Yeah. Like, these people don't realize necessarily why we like them. But that's why I do hate a lot of like what Reddit has become, where I think they've lost sight of that. Is like, you should enjoy watching these people to an extent. Now, I think guys like Stuttering John are a little different for certain reasons. And you could argue that Brendan Schaub is different because Brendan Schaub sued a YouTuber. Like, he went after Scion, tried to have his channel taken down. So you could argue that Brendan Schaub is a terrible example of that. But like, Bert Kreischer, the people that like if you goof on Bert Kreischer, make fun of him trying to be like a motivational guy on Instagram and some like him just sucking up to celebrities and some of the douchey shit that he puts out, have at it. Have fun and make jokes about it all you want. Do shows about it, whatever you want to do. The stuff that I don't understand is like the really angry stuff. Like when I get message about people angry about Stuttering John, like, do I get where it comes from? Yeah, but like, let your hair down, have a little fun with it, you know. And so that's why I liked what Crack Amico did, and we have Bert responding to it too, I believe.
Crack Amico wrote a song about me and Tom about hating us, and it was funny and it was so insightful. I mean, it wasn't funny to me because it hurt my feelings, but it was so deep cut. I mean, this guy talked about.
Well, see, I like that. I like that he's like, hey, for me, it fucking sucked. Like, I hate hearing what a fat drunk loser I am, but I get why it was funny, you know? And I do think there's a fine line with that. Like, if you're just on Twitter saying, fuck you, Bert, you're a terrible father, you're a drunk, you're a self-absorbed narcissist, fuck you. I think that's a lot different than Crack Amico writing a well-written, well-thought-out, funny song and putting it out for content. I think there's a massive difference in there. And I think like the internet is starting to figure that out a little bit. We're finding lanes where people are figuring out the difference, because I think it's a very stark contrast between.
Well, just like sports commentary or anything else.
That's exactly how I look at it, David. Where we get like a lot of comments from people that don't know the channel or anything. I noticed particularly Schaub and Callan, and a little D'Elia, and Matt Rife when we would talk. Those four, right. I noticed this a lot, where people that don't know what we do will just comment on the video and be like, look at these guys jealous of Brendan Schaub or Matt Rife or whoever. And it's like, no, we're interested in all of this. I also talk about people I like. Like last week, we talked about what a great job Shane Gillis and Adam Ray did. But not every topic's going to be like that. There's also stuff we enjoy goofing on. It's not a matter of jealousy. There's a lot of successful people that we aren't like, look at what a terrible job they're doing. Sometimes people get popular for doing terrible shit, or get popular and simultaneously do terrible shit. And you can call them out and make fun of them for it. And it's like Sports Center. Like, that's how I look at this, is a comedy version of Sports Center or The Daily Show or something, where we're having fun talking about topics that people are interested in. And the topic that I'm interested in covering is the world of comedy and podcasting.
If Jon Stewart wasn't scribbling, but was actually doing the pictures for Beige Frequency.
Yeah, exactly.
We also did the like 5-minute sketch last week just because it was funny.
Right, we did. Yeah, we played a sketch that essentially they don't know who we are, but they might as well be making fun of us. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah, we talk about things we like as well. That's Why You Laughing is basically like paying tribute to comics that I like or respect, more or less. There's some episodes shitting on people.
That Lemon Party show. Whoa, what a strange place to start from to talk. At least any other of these shows they're referencing isn't just a bunch of riffing. Although that Hate Watch podcast that Devin Costa is very funny. Hey, I think his other show should be more well known. They've also sponsored an episode of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, or the other way around, I should say. Anyway, I know that Devin Costa. What a kind guy.
You sponsored an episode of their show.
Right.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a connection. I didn't realize that.
Well, the Hate Watch podcast, not the, of course. Anyway.
You seem flustered, David. Are you all right?
Well, there's so many names that I'm trying to recall all of a sudden now.
I understand.
I'm a little unfamiliar with that world. What a great Doctor sketch, though. Good set.
Yes, it was very good. But yeah, I'm sorry. Is there more Bert?
Clients, my dad had it as a lawyer. I mean, he knew everything. And then this kid did an apology video. He reached out to me and said, man, I'm so sorry I did that. Got caught up in the hate game, and it was a way to get views, I'm paraphrasing for Crack Amico, but he said, I am a fan.
Well, I like that Tom, like, this is, I think, the difference between Bert and Tom is Tom doesn't get that at all. He doesn't understand why people would make fun of him, and Bert does. And to me, I think that's a tremendous difference. You can say they've both lost touch with their audience if you want, whatever. Like, I don't think Bert has as much because of a clip like that, where he's like, I totally get what he's making fun of. It might hurt my feelings, but I get why it was funny. And he also reached out and was like cool about it. And now, maybe Crack Amico will play at the Fully Loaded tour or something, which would be very like that song we played at the beginning of the show, Predator, is a genuinely great song. Like Crack Amico has some bangers, as the kids say. So that would be very cool if he got.
He has a
more
new
exposure.
Austin song coming out today.
Oh, is that right?
It may be out as we speak. I'm not sure. Probably
Oh,
later today, though. It was
check
supposed
that
to
out.
drop today.
I'll check that out later today. Shout out to Crack Amico. But yeah, I like that whole exchange, and I think it shows that Bert has self-awareness. I think it shows that Crack Amico has self-awareness. And I think that's the point of this show is like, that's all we ask, because these people have self-awareness. If Chris D'Elia came out tomorrow and did an episode talking about all the things and why there's some truth in some things, or maybe there's no truth in certain things, whatever. If he had an honest discussion about all the things people talk about regarding him, we would have nothing to talk about. Chris D'Elia would have taken it all away from us. So I think that's all we talk about on this show is people who have no self-awareness.